Here we have some old order Amish buggies. And in this video, guys, I'm going to talk about what I learned here in Amish country, Ohio, Holmes County. It's been an unbelievable trip and journey. I've learned a ton, met so many interesting characters. So I want to share with you my biggest takeaways. Number one, Amish. For those that aren't Amish, you know, we all look at the Amish as the Amish, right? It's one label. It's not. There are so many different sects, and to make it oversimplified right now, I'm going to talk about this hat. This is a Schwarzenegger hat. Now, these are the Amish we traditionally think of, the ones away from electricity, the ones completely removed from the modern world. Well, that's just a certain type of Amish. There's old order, there's Dan, there's new order, there's beachy Amish, and these are the Amish that can drive cars around and use technology. So you can't necessarily, like many of these communities in the world, just put one label on them. Second takeaway, community. I don't think it comes as any surprise, but it's always different when you feel it, okay? They have a very, very, very strong community. I just got back from an event where they're fundraising. They're doing an auction for kids that can't afford their healthcare bills, and none of them have health insurance, so they collectively come together as a community and pay each other's hospital bills. I drove by a funeral the other night. I mean, there was hundreds, if not thousands of people out there from around the community. Everyone sort of came in for it. So it's really nice to feel this strong rooted culture, I would say. Number three, language. Most Amish speak Pennsylvania Dutch. They're all bilingual. They can, even the most conservative can speak English, but they speak Pennsylvania Dutch at home, most of them. So I was told by a writer here, David Klein, that without that language, without the cohesiveness of their native language, there's no way their culture would stay together. Found that quite interesting. So it's almost like, in a way, traveling to another country when you come out here, when you integrate with these people and get into their lives and their homes. You hear a different language going on, you see different customs. It's like traveling to a completely different country. Number four, technology. Okay, we can see here solar power battery. This is my friend Brian. He's an old order Amish, and it looks sort of like a normal home. They have some kerosene lamps inside. They have some solar. They do have running water inside. It's sort of like a normal place. But I'd say as a whole, especially the more conservative you go, there's not much technology in life. The most conservative, there's none. And it's almost like you're stepping back into forgotten times in a way. And there's something peaceful about that and calming, maybe just because I've been in cities for so many years that I feel it, but it's just sort of not everything's about a screen, even though they exist. I gotta be completely fair. It just depends the person you are with. But as a whole, it's not the center point, if that makes any sense. I don't think, you know, the screen is coming out to dinner with the family. And if the world ever does completely go into the ground, then the most conservative Amish, I don't think will be too affected. Nothing will really change in their lives short of a nuclear winter. They won't even know it's happening. This is my rental car, but every time I've drove up to my friend Brian's place, there's been nothing in the driveway, and it's like nobody's home, but it's because they don't have a car. So his sect of Amish, old order, can be driven around. So I can drive him around, that's okay, but he wouldn't be able to be driving around in a car on his own. Problems. I don't want to over romanticize any culture, and as I feel like a foreigner coming into another culture, you know, when you have a short amount of time, everything looks great usually, especially here. I mean, the gardens are kept well, everyone's mowing grass, everything looks nice, the people are very respectful, very little crime. But I've gotten in a lot of conversations this last week, and what everyone sort of told me is like, we're human, just like everyone else. I mean, there are drug problems in the society, there are drinking problems in the society. They're every other type of problem that every other society is dealing with. Maybe at a lesser level, I don't know. Definitely on the surface, it looks very well off. But don't get me wrong when I show all these places and speak so highly that, you know, I'm trying to romanticize the fact that there are no problems here. There are problems. I mean, the puppy mill thing is a big deal. Obviously, that's gotten a lot of attention. I didn't meet anyone that had a puppy mill. You know, it's not like I came into contact with it, but it does exist. Obviously, there are those that want to break free from the religion and move out on their own, and maybe they're excommunicated. I didn't come into that story, but I know it happens. So no, not everything's perfect. Friendliness. I thought it would be a little less open, a little less friendly. I thought, you know, these people are really trying to hold their world together and be apart from the modern world, the outside world to some degree. Therefore, they're going to be cold, inhospitable. Couldn't be any further from the truth. People really helped me, smiled at me, brought me around, gave me their time. Maybe I was lucky, but overall, there's a nice friendliness in the culture. And it's interesting how they get along with the non-Amish pretty well. I heard some people don't, like they want to have nothing to do with the non-Amish, but a lot of people do. And that surprised me. I didn't think it would be so easy to get into. Now to get into with a camera, different story. That's not easy. That's super hard. It's been a challenge. So I'm pretty happy with the footage I've gotten here over my last week. And lastly, I want to say hard work. These people work hard. I want to do a shout out to the Schwarzentrubers. These are the most traditional Amish people, as I said earlier. They work the hardest. I mean, they're heating their water. They're canning everything. They are living completely off the land. And those people, wow, they all they do is work. But Amish in general work very hard. They're very proud of what they build. They're very much hands focused and building furniture or working in the field. So they see the end results of their work and they're very proud of that. So lastly, will I become Amish? No, it's not happening. I'm too much of an individual. You know, we all come from different conditions, different circumstances. I see the attraction, I fully see the attraction here in this community. And I'm not saying my ways are better or worse at all, because I admired a lot of what I saw here and a lot of what I experienced. So big respect to all of the Amish who showed me their world with open arms. I want to especially thank Josh Miller and Brian Miller. No, they're not brothers, but it seems like everyone either has the name Miller or Yoder or a few other names, but they're very popular names. These guys really brought me in. Without them, no way I would have had the access for the series. If you haven't seen the series, I'll leave a playlist at the bottom. I got into different aspects of the culture here, but no. Amazing people. Want to thank everyone involved with this. All right, guys, if you haven't been to Amish country and if you're thinking of going, I would say be super respectful. Like, I don't like putting cameras on people's faces that don't want it. And, you know, I didn't have like a telephoto lens zooming up on people's personal life. And there's so many times where I had the best footage ever and I couldn't use the camera, and I could have probably snuck it in, but I would have felt, I don't want to be that guy. It's quite disrespectful. So the best stuff was really off camera. So keep that in mind if you come here. And just be respectful, be cool to people, and they'll give it back in volumes. All right, guys. Thanks for following the journey in Holmes County, Ohio. See you in the next one.